out by the pool, one of the two pools, and we're actually in port today in Puerto Plata, but I'm taking the time just to relax and do a lot of nothing except talk ship with you guys. So we'll give it a minute in case anyone can jump in live. It's been a while since I did a Facebook Live, so I don't know how that'll work out. We've got lots of stuff we've been working on, from Disney Wish to our recent European river cruise, but I know there are still questions about Virgin Voyages, and I always love talking about, well, any cruising. I'm always happy to talk about. I should have put a windscreen on my mic, I just realized. We'll find out if that works out. But we're here on a 5-night cruise. Katie, hello. We're here on a 5-night cruise to Puerto Plata and Bimini. We booked this at the very last minute. I think we booked it on Wednesday and left on Friday. I'll be honest, to me, sometimes that's the best type of cruise, because when you're sitting on deck or you're sailing away and you go, wow, I wasn't even planning on doing this 3 days ago, it is a truly magical feeling. Listen, I'll be on any cruise anytime, be happy about it. Kelly, hello, welcome. Like I said, this was a very last minute. We have no real agenda. That's why there's a lot of cool stuff to do in Puerto Plata, and you can check out our past vlogs and blogs, both written or video content on the YouTube channel or on the site about what we've done in Puerto Plata before and what you might be interested in doing. We've also been here on, we went to the other dock over at Amber Cove, but we were also here on, what ship was that? A Holland America ship, I believe, several years ago. Alan James, hello, my friend. So if you want to check out what to do in port, check out those videos. If you just want to talk ship, we just decided, like I said, this is the last minute. We just wanted to get away. I've got to work tomorrow, actually. So it's just a hanging out kind of thing. Hang out and drink. Oop, my straw is clogged. I will switch straws. Hang out and drink a frosty drink by the pool. This is actually, I don't usually do frozen drinks, but actually, Hannah Testa, for those who know her, turned me on to this. It's an all-day frosé. It's so delightful. It's not too sweet. It's very refreshing. So that's the agenda. I think Larissa is over at the gym. Not exercising, don't worry. She's just stretching, I think. And she'll be joining in a little bit. Gorgeous day. Like, I'm looking, I'll show you guys in a minute. There are some clouds like on the periphery, but in a perfect way. It makes it look fluffy, bright and sunny. Probably going to get too hot for me in a little bit. There's plenty of shade to be had on the pool decks of Scarlet Lady, so we'll make it. Alan James, true story. I've never got brain freeze. I'm just a lucky guy, I guess. I've never had that happen. So I get to have as many of those as I like. I don't know how much they are. Probably it's like $8 or something. They have other frozen ones too. I'm trying to read the thing from here. It's a skinny. I can't read it. Some sort of thing that looks like the color of a pina colada. But the frosé all day is, for me, the way to go while I'm outside and it's hot. A lot of folks ask about the pools on Virgin Voyages. This is one of them, and it looks like a giant hot tub, but it is a pool, and it's great just for sitting and chatting, conversation, relaxation. And then there are regular hot tubs off to each side of me. I feel like I'm a flight attendant. And then there's a more conventional pool on the other side of the bar that I'm sitting at here. In fact, I'll flip it around and show the bar real quick. That's not what I wanted. Oh, wow. Sorry, I haven't done that in a while. There's the bar that we're actually at. There we are, back to the right camera. That was a fun adventure. This is going to be kind of a whirlwind thing for us because, we just got back on Saturday after being in Europe, and I'm drowning in video content because I'm still working on Disney Wish stuff, but I'm really looking forward to being able to share some of the European river cruise stuff that we did, because we did a week cruising AMO waterways up the Rhine from Basel, Switzerland to Amsterdam, and then we spent the better part of a week in Amsterdam. So there's so much I want to share and talk about with river cruising. And then on the flight home, I was like, hey, what if a few days after we get back, we go back on Scarlet Lady? And Larissa thought I was insane, but she agreed. And then I think 3 or 4 days after this cruise gets back, because we get back on a Wednesday, we'll be hopping on Saturday on Norwegian Prima for a week. Brand new Norwegian Prima, and I am as excited as could be about that. It's a whole new class of ship, whole different thing. If you have a cruise coming up, I want to know what that cruise is, whether you're watching live or in the replay. Let me know. Share if you have any questions. Always happy to answer as best as I can. And if you want to join me, of course, shameless plug on this ship, I'll be on February, I should know, I think 22nd. Check out kidfreefebruary.com. Don't be sorry.
You gotta be all like, what's that? What are we filming for?
We're live on YouTube.
What? YouTube? Yes, YouTube.
You're
Virgin Cruise Lines.
Having fun? Is this your first time on Virgin?
It is. I was
enjoying?
Yes. I was sick yesterday.
I'm sorry. For motion, you mean? Or
yes.
Yeah?
I was so sick yesterday.
Well,
but that's nothing against the cruise line. It's just
what,
caught me.
But today we're not moving, so you're feeling good.
Not. Today I woke up feeling good. It was just yesterday was rough. I feel like everybody had to feel that. Yesterday.
Everyone's just used to it to different levels. Did you take any meds? Did you?
I did, and the meds did finally kick in. And once they kicked in, I was good. But so I have been on larger boats previously. So I just I don't know. Like normally November is not a hurricane season. So
usually the cooler months tend to have rougher seas. People think hurricanes, but that's only if there's a hurricane.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe I've only cruised in like October, early October. So
it's luck of the draw.
Yesterday was rough for me. I have no complaints, but I did not enjoy yesterday as much as I would have loved to. I tried to. I read all the things. They're like, get out, be busy. I was busy.
Didn't do it. Well, are you staying on the ship today?
Yes. Well, we went and I got some souvenirs for the friends, and we went out. I had to get on ground just to
sure.
Get on the ground. But yeah, so far today I did the bottomless mimosas at the wake this morning, so feel good. Because at first this morning I was like, maybe I should not have mimosas, but I was like, you know what? Let's go big or go home.
Well, at least you knew you weren't going to be moving today.
Right, and then we did some mojitos, some margaritas, and now we're just chilling. Before everybody else, before the Wi-Fi gets bogged down,
It's anytime on any cruise, it doesn't matter if it's a small ship, luxury line, or a mega ship. Take advantage of the peace at sea.
Yes.
Like I love seeing new places. Don't get me wrong. As I mentioned, I have videos and articles all about what to do in Puerto Plata. But enjoy the time that you can that you stay on the ship without as many people. It's very peaceful. Someone's asking here. Jamie's asking how full is this cruise?
1,700 compared to 2,700 is full capacity.
I think that's all berths full is 2,770.
Right.
So that's all 3 and 4 people. And
I work from home, so I don't get out of the house unless I plan to get. I do my grocery pickups. So, like, I left the work phone at home. I left the work computer at home. Like, I have not checked email, nothing. I played a little bit of my online game. I've been FaceTiming with my son a couple times a day just to make sure that he's still alive and that the dogs are alive. But other than that, like, I will say...
She did say son before dogs. A lot of people mention the animals before the kids.
Well, my dogs give me a lot more love than that 17-year-old.
And see, I just figured it was because your son was watching the dogs, so you had to make sure your son was okay.
I paid for somebody to come watch the dogs over my son because he's 17.
Let's see. It's Cruising with Karen said that you'll be on Valiant Lady for New Year's Eve, December 30th. I know a few people on Valiant over that New Year's cruise. I have not planned a New Year's cruise or a Christmas cruise. I was going to do Carnival Celebration over Christmas, and then I planned poorly, and now it's sold out because I'm.
My friend that I'm cruising with has 2 sons that are in their 20s. My son is 17, and we are considering a Carnival versus Virgin. Even though my son will be 18 by the time, what are your thoughts?
It depends what you're looking for out of your cruise experience, and with Carnival also, there's a big difference between the experiences on. Like Mardi Gras and Celebration versus their other fleet. Now we were on Carnival Conquest, which is one of their older ships for a quick 3-nighter back in June.
Okay.
shameless plug, you should check out the YouTube channel,
Okay,
Cruise
for sure.
Habit, and had a nice time on that. It's just a matter of what you're looking for out of the experience. On any contemporary line like Carnival, like Royal Caribbean, NCL, you're going to have more people, you're going to have a little more
Right.
crowding, stuff like that. It's going to be, it can be a little higher energy, though Virgin's pretty high energy, so it's kind of
Right.
different compared to other
I
premium
mean,
lines.
no kids.
So it just
You
depends on
can't
what you're
get me
looking
wrong.
for.
Even though I have a 17-year-old, my first time on Royal Caribbean, 10 o'clock at night, there was like a 10-year-old kid got onto the elevator with me. He's like, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hi." Like, it's 10 p.m. Like, why are you on?
So here's the secret for you and for folks watching. The one, as you go up market, you have fewer kids. So like if you
Right.
like premium lines like
Yes.
Celebrity, Princess, All-American. Also, the longer the cruise, generally the fewer kids are. The sort of exception is Alaska. Alaska tends to attract a lot of families, but still, longer the cruise, the fewer kids.
Okay. Well, this was a 7-day Royal Caribbean, but there was a lot of families. There were a lot of family reunions, which was 100% cool. Like, I love it. Like, do that with, but 10 o'clock at night with a young child in the elevator. I was a little concerned. I was all like, not.
Were you worried? Now, I don't like kids.
I mean,
Were you worried you were going to get robbed by the 10-year-old?
No, I was more worried about something happening and being like,
playing.
you were the last person in the elevator. I have one child, and I mean, I like my child, but I mean, I love my child because he's my child, but he's 17.
You worried he's watching now?
He's an asshole.
You gotta.
He's an asshole. He knows, you know, so, but I don't like other people's children. No, other people's children are like,
Right there with you.
I mean, I'm surprised that I did not talk about my dogs before my child because they are my babies. So. All right, what's the YouTube channel again?
Cruise Habit.
Cruise Habit. All right, I got you.
What's your first name?
Christy.
Christy. Bill.
I live in Las Vegas. I'm from Detroit. Where are you from?
South Florida.
South Florida. Okay, so yeah.
Got to stay near the ships.
So I have a 6-year plan to move to Tampa within the next 6 years. By the time I'm 50, I want to have a house or condo in Tampa. So we'll be cruising together. All right, we'll be doing this.
If there's a
YouTube
ship,
channel
I'll be on it.
together. All right, let's do it.
The awesome
meet
duo.
you.
Thanks for hanging out. Always like random visitors on lives. That's fun. And it's fun to meet people on ships and people. It's like the opposite. Years ago, I was a firefighter, and cruising is like the opposite because when you're a firefighter, you meet people on their worst day most of the time, and then on cruising, you're usually meeting people on like their best day. So that's fun. Alan, just catching up on comments. You don't have a cruise schedule until Vision of the Seas next August. I can't even count that high. That's so many months. Got to figure something out earlier. I was looking at actually my friend Brandon was texting me earlier about taking an MSC sailing over the weekend in January. I was like, I mean, maybe if I'm available. I might actually be on here though at that time, so I got to find out if that happens or not. Joe, tell me, hold back when you said boat. I'm trying to be less of a pedant. Once a day, there's a freebie, you know. Now, it was interesting when we were on the river cruise. I didn't know if I should call that a boat or a ship. Now, the cruise line and all their documentation, they called it a ship. But I've heard other people say boat, like, and it seems less clear with river cruising. Though interestingly, submarines we call boats. There's your random trivia. What's it? Underwasserboot, something like that. I don't remember. Looking forward to Thanksgiving cruise on Saturday to the Seas. You leave on Saturday. Katie, she had a lot to say. That's okay. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I cruise over Thanksgiving almost every year because, you know, especially for us, for South Florida sailings, we don't have to worry about flights because flights can be expensive, you know, around Thanksgiving in the U.S. We don't have to worry about that part. Cruises are often pretty inexpensive because not a lot of people comparatively are looking to cruise because they're doing stuff with family. And there's automatically time off already for most people. You already have a few days of time off, so it works out really nicely. So I like cruising over Thanksgiving. That's what we're doing Prima this year. I don't remember what we did last year, what line we did over Thanksgiving last year. Were we on, I'll have to go back and look at the feed and find out. It's Cruising Karen. She hacked left. If she hacked it, you know, I want her to hack it so that there's 3,000 people in here. That's the kind of hacking I'm looking for. I really should put on sunscreen. I might awkwardly put on sunscreen live. By the way, does the feed look okay? Because we are on, I am on the ship's internet. I'm not, I don't think I'm not on cellular right now. I'm on the ship's internet. It's been solid. I know that guy. We're live. Yeah, I know. A buddy of mine that I knew would not want to be on camera. I just walked over. A friend that I met on this ship last year, and we keep in touch, and he's a lot of fun. He looks good because I need to work the next 2 days. And in Bimini, at least I can use cellular, but tomorrow we are on, we're at sea tomorrow. I will show you guys a weird little thing that I picked up. Big shout out to Colin and Elizabeth. I think Solar Buddy? I was going to say Sun Buddy. That's a different thing. Solar Buddy. It's like roll-on deodorant for sunscreen. You put your sunscreen inside of this thing, and there's a roller, and it makes it a little easier to put on. You still want to use your hand to rub it in there, but it's not the mission it would be otherwise, especially for zinc, like mineral sunscreens. I'm actually, maybe I'll put that out tonight if I have time. I got a haircut on this ship, and it's only the second time I've got a haircut on a cruise. So I did a little video about it, and it was a pretty cool experience. You're obviously going to pay a premium, but it was probably one of the best haircut experiences I've ever had. The only other time I got a haircut on a ship was on Celebrity Edge on the very first cruise back. Joe, Doxy should fix it. I'll just run into Puerto Plata and I'll get a pack of doxycycline, probably like $6, and I hear that's great for being in the sun. Yeah, dude, this is great. I just got it on like Amazon. I'd love to resell these on the site, but I'm lazy, so I probably won't. So just go pick them up. It's like comes in a 2-pack for like $13 or something. Really freaking cool. Really like it. Also reduces the possibility of a sunscreen thing opening up in my bag. And if you've ever used mineral sunscreen, you know you'll never get that white blue hue out of your things if that happens. Let's see. I think it's time for another drink. When you have a chance, can I have another frosé and a glass of water, no ice as well, please? It is gorgeous. Yesterday was kind of overcast, and it was good if you wanted to be outside, enjoy it, and not sweat. Today, I'm guessing it's probably, what's the temperature? Let's see. Ooh, I don't know if that's the right city, because I've never heard of this place that my watch is saying. It's not a Spanish name. It says 86, but that seems right. Seems like it could be 86 out right now. Might do this, get glare out. I now have several of these. Thank you very much. Like magic, another one pops up. I just put on Instagram on a story right before this something, thank you so much, something that's probably not that exciting or impressive. However, if you cruise a lot and you use laundry services, it may be very interesting to you. That is, I put some laundry out to be handled by Virgin. A lot of cruise lines are like, oh, we have a flat price for like a bag instead of paying per item if you don't want to do that, and it's usually a much better deal. The size of the bag that they use here is absurd. I could fit most of the clothes that I own in this bag. Larissa and I put all of our dirty laundry in this and like filled it at most a third of the way, maybe a quarter. And if either you sailed Virgin the first year, twice this year, or you have certain levels of loyalty with other cruise lines, they're status matching. So like if you're Diamond on Royal, if you're Select on Celebrity, if you're Gold on MSC, and I forget NCL and Carnivals, sorry guys, nothing personal on everyone else, then you're automatically in their loyalty program. Now they did say that is just for this year. It's going to shift into a different loyalty program next year, and they haven't really shared much about what that's going to look like. But Got a free bag, a giant bag of laundry. Got expedited boarding. Got $10 in specialty coffee every day. What else? Free upgraded Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi is free on Virgin Voyages, but you pay roughly $10 a day. I forget how it works out exactly if you want the premium Wi-Fi. So if you want to do streaming and stuff like that, but that's free. So it's a nice little set of perks. I highly recommend if you're going to be cruising Virgin Voyages, if you think you might cruise Virgin Voyages at any point, and you have a decent loyalty level with another cruise line, check out their status match and do that, because I don't know what their what it's going to look like next year, but whatever the benefits are, hey, you'll get something out of it, right? There's no reason not to. So, for example, Alan James, you should be doing that. Straw got clogged again. Oh, man. Happy to be here, guys. I think my plan now, I might go on Facebook for a little while. I should have done a simulcast. I might go on Facebook for a little while. And then I think I need to jump in that, well, not jump in. It's only like 3.5 feet deep or something, 4 feet deep. But get in that water. How many Virgin cruises have I taken? New Year's Eve will be your first. This is number 9 on Virgin Voyages for me. And what I've really liked, sincerely, is not only do I love the product, obviously I come here because I like it. They're not paying me to be here. Quite the opposite. But one of the things I've really enjoyed has been watching how the product has evolved, right? How the entertainment has evolved, how the food and beverage has evolved, how the scheduling, how the app, all these things have evolved. And sometimes it's big changes. Sometimes just like I noticed they put a bunch additional loungers out on the promenade deck, because it's a really wide promenade, which is nice for taking a walk. But like it was 4 times the width needed if you just wanted to take a walk, even with the chairs that they had out there. So now they added some loungers so you can sit out there. So I've liked watching the evolution of the product. I want them to keep that spirit of changing to make it better. And this is probably an unpopular thing to say among cruisers, but I want them to make more money. They need to get more people on board paying better fares, because right now this line is an absolute bargain. And I want it to still be a good value, but it can't keep being as cheap as it is. So I want to see them figure out how to get more people on board. Now, there are, as what was her name earlier, Christy? I don't know. The lady that stopped by earlier, she said 1,700. I had heard 1,800, roughly around that. I know when we're on in September, that was up to that point the busiest sailing they were on. It was over a holiday weekend, and it was 1846 or something like that. So I'm glad occupancy's up, but they can, without filling 3rd and 4th berths, they could be at somewhere probably around 2,400, roughly. I'm so jealous that they're going to be here on New Year's Eve or on Valiant. I really should have planned better. Valiant, by the way, has Starlink. They're still tweaking it, so it seems to be a little funky at the moment, but internet should be all the better. I've been watching various vlogs thinking the entertainment will not be for you, but maybe you'll like it. So, this keeps clogging. Sorry. So the entertainment, there's a lot of different entertainment options. Will you like any of them? Some of them, none of them? I don't know. I think they're pretty neat. The last night we saw Ships in the Night, which is their most traditional show in the sense that it takes place on a stage and you're in traditional style seating and there's a beginning and an end and it's very linear in that way. It's not traditional in terms of plot. I think it's interesting. Amazing performers, truly. This was a new cast that just came on, so it was fun to see same show, different cast. Dual Reality gets a lot of attention. That's the one with all of the acrobatics, and you have seating on each side, and then the show happens in the middle. So not a theater in the round, a theater in the rectangle. And the acrobatics of that are just spectacular. It's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of take, but the acrobatics are the focus. The other big production show is a unnamed dance show party thing, untitled dance show party thing. I screw it up every time. And that's a dance party, but there's stuff going on various stages that are moving. I just like that there's a talking cat. And those are just the big shows. But you have all these things. You have magic shows. You've got they initially on the Mermaid, they had no live music, and I think myself and everyone else was like, guys, what are you doing? One, you need live music no matter who you are. Two, you're Virgin. What are you doing? And they added a ton of live music, and I love that. They usually have like some sort of like solo guitar or something like that, and then a band. And they're not just picking like little like, you know, talented, but like little, oh, they jump from ship to ship people. They pick like bands that like are significant, that have a significant presence and really put on not just good music, but like put on a show. All different music styles. So that's been really cool to see. I've liked that element a lot. And then you have right now, and a lot of things are just like for a month, and then they change something up. So we saw a group on here, and I really wish I could remember the name, but it's like a theater company that they had like 20, it was like a menu that everyone got of like 26 different scenes or little mini plays, and the audience would shout out what you wanted to see them do, and then they'd jump up, grab that one, read the description, and do it real quick. Kind of neat. So there's a lot of different stuff. Then you've got the drag show. You've got the hostess who's on the Happenings cast. The Happenings cast comes together to replace the concept of cruise director. I think it's a great concept. But often the hostess will have like a jazz show, like where she sings. There's a lot of different types of entertainment. So there may be some things that don't resonate with you, and that's okay. But look at the full breadth of entertainment options, and I bet there's going to be some things that will. Again, the other one went so well. Excuse me. I should have done a video. Actually, you know what? I'll put out like a story or something about about ships in the night. I'll put up an Instagram and Facebook story later about that, because I did shoot a couple clips, and I can talk about it in there. That's an interesting show. Joe, how long is this cruise? This is a 5-night sailing. We left on Friday. We get back Wednesday morning. Go home, reset for a few days, and then jump on Prima on Saturday. Another change, we're talking about changes that I've noticed across these 9 sailings. One of them is that the music has, generally speaking, been a lot quieter during, like out by the pool, which I like. I like that, party atmosphere and everything, and, very lively, but it was too loud before. It's been a lot more tame on this sailing. Oh, thank you. Who said that? Blank. Blank, is that your actual screen name or like name, or is it like null and it says blank? But whoever Blank is, thank you, Blank, for the not super chat. I forget what different platforms call them now. I feel like such a jerk, but thank you very much, Blank. Book Scarlet Lady February 12th solo for your 44th. Any advice on how to meet people or advice in general? Absolutely, Blank. So I will tell you. Usually, not always, on the first night, they have something called the grog walk. They always have the grog walk. It's just usually it's on the first night, not always. Sign up for the grog walk. In fact, if you go back to the Virgin Voyages Instagram thing, look like 7 or 8 posts back, and you'll see a video that they say is about the grog walk, and it features me. But it was actually a separate bar crawl we did. But either way, the grog walk is like a bar crawl. And if I'm being 100% honest, it is not my favorite bar crawl in terms of the drinks that you get, unless they've changed it. I haven't done it in a few months. I should have, maybe on the sailing. But the social element of it is fantastic. In fact, I think that's one of the things that Virgin does extremely well in some of the activities, whether it's NSA, Never Sleep Alone, with the singing sexologist, and the offshoots, the different entertainment things and classes and stuff that Dr. A does. Whether it's that, or something like with the shows with the Charmer, or just some of the cabaret style shows, or the grog walk, they do a good job making it so that it's social without it feeling forced. I don't like forced socialization. I really, really don't. I'm that guy that always asks for a 2-top on traditional cruise lines, right? Like a 2-seat table at dinner. But they do such a good job that to take advantage of that on the first night with the grog walk, I think is the best thing that a solo cruiser could do. Honestly, even if you don't drink, I realize not everyone drinks alcohol, and that's cool. They actually, I could talk just about the non-alcoholic. I'm putting sunscreen on my feet, by the way. Sorry. They actually have some really cool non-alcoholic options on the ship. Not just like sugary things. So anyway, sign up for the grog walk. I know that was a long way of saying that, but that's the number one thing that I would do as a solo cruiser. They now started to have a couple solo cruiser events, not like, oh, solo cruiser meet, not that traditional kind of stuff, but like one hosted by Dr. A, and that's pretty cool, who's the host of Never Sleep Alone. Check out also anything with the Happenings cast. Again, the Happenings cast, a bunch of people come together to replace the idea of a cruise director. So you have the spark, the glow, the balance, and those are all different like roles that, focus on different things. The foodie, the hostess, the charmer. Talk to them, hang out with them. They'll tell you, hey, you should come over to this party. And, they'll tell you about what's going on, and they're going to help make sure that you have a great time. And that goes for anyone, but especially those cruising solo. Joe, know nothing about the trip. Where is it right now? We're in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. We started out in Port Miami. We'll be in Bimini in 2 days, and then we will be home. Blank, your name is really Cristal. I'm assuming, I've never seen it spelled that way, so I apologize. I'm assuming that's the pronunciation, but if it's Crystal, let me know. Let's see. Oh, spam. Hang on. Sorry, it's right on my screen, so I didn't see the spam until now. And I don't have a mod in here right now. Can I mod somebody in here? Can I only do that later? Let me see if I can make Joe a mod real quick. Actions, here's your timeout. Add moderator. Joe, can you get rid of the spam that's in there? Pro Union X. That, I feel like there was something witty or helpful in there, but I missed the reference. Pro Union X Crystal? X Crystal. Pronounce Crystal. This was Crystal. Here's the problem. My spelling is atrocious. I'm not that smart. Oh, pronounce, not pro-union. That's funny. I was like, pro-union? I don't cool, but I don't understand how the connection is. Okay. Oh, that's funny. We may be reaching the end in a second here, just because I really need to go in the water and cool off. And the phone is waterproof, but the microphones are not. Sorry if it's like loud when I'm drinking, slurping or anything weird like that. Any other questions before we move it over? Actually, before I cool off in the pool and then move it over to Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, check out cruisehabit.com. Subscribe to the Cruise Habit YouTube channel, all of that. Joe, any events you're planning on attending for the rest of the trip? That's a fantastic question. So we're not doing as much on this one just because we've gone to not every event that Virgin has to offer, but most of them at this point, right? From other cruises on here. And I like to, I'm trying to, part of it is I'm trying to relax. The other part is I like to, leave plenty of room for other folks that haven't got to experience things yet. I will tell you, tomorrow there's like there's a little get, too crazy, but I'll do that. There's Scarlet Night, which is tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow night is Scarlet Night. Scarlet Night is the penultimate night of the trip almost every time. And that's where the whole ship turns red. There's a bunch of just crazy entertainment going on all around. There's a point where if you walk front to back of the ship, there are just people like juggling, people doing crazy things, singing, just different shows, acrobatics, all around the ship, and special drinks and stuff. Hidden secret shows. We did a secret magic show the other day. And then there's the after party up on the pool deck, which is insane. If you go back and look at some of my Virgin content and you see a massive glowing octopus at the pool deck, that's what that's about. So we'll definitely be hanging out at Scarlet Night. Not too late because we do need to work on this trip. I should find out from Larissa any other things she signed us up for. I can look in the app, but why? I'll just ask Larissa. Do you know what night Scarlet Night is before the cruise begins? Yeah, so Scarlet Night on You know what? Actually, on Valiant, I'm not sure of how they've been doing this. I can tell you on the Scarlet Lady, it has always asterisk. I don't know if they've. I say asterisk only because maybe they've changed it because of weather or something, but not that I know of. The second to last night, the night before, you're in Bimini. And you're generally in Bimini on the last day because then at the end they just go across to Miami because it's only 50 miles away. So the second to last night is generally Scarlet Night, at least on Scarlet Lady. So night before Bimini, I would say is a safe bet. Bring something red to wear. You certainly don't have to, but that's kind of a thing that a lot of people do. I've got my whole red getup, including. Oh my God, that deck is hot. I just put my foot down without my shoes on. Let's see. I have all sorts of red things that I switch over to, including. Yeah. Well, they're all sticking together. What else? Let's go with sailing. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but there are boats on that one. Change it up. What night is the pajama party? Oh, blank, good question. Pajama party is actually on the first night as well. And you can absolutely, it's later. It starts at 11, I believe. And unless it's raining, it's now back. They moved it for a little while, but now it's back up at the Athletic Club, which is, where am I? Over there. The very, very top deck, all the way in the back. And that's where the net is. You can check out my ship tour, and you'll see where that is, the big catamaran net. That's where the pajama party is, 11 o'clock. It's a lot of fun. Watch out when they come with cookies, because they come around with cookies, and that's always very popular. So it's kind of like throwing birdseed out in a park. Everyone's all over that, and I like cookies, so I always look out for that. Excuse me, I just inhaled water, which is not the preferred way of taking it in. All right. All right, guys. Well, if there are any other questions, happy to answer. If not, I'm going to cool off in the pool and then jump over onto Facebook for a little bit. Hopefully that muted so I didn't just cough right into the mic. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to subscribe to the Cruise Habit YouTube channel. Check out cruisehabit.com. If you want to join us on this ship, we'll be back on February 22nd, I think it is, kidfreefebruary.com. We've got some, our friends and partners over at Touring Plans Travel have some special offers. There'll be shore excursions, some additional incentives, things like that. So check out kidfreefebruary.com. And then we'll be on Valiant Lady next December, so in a year and change, for an 8-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the sister ship to this. That'll be a cool one. We've got a cool corner suite for that one. We'll have a little shindig there. That'll be neat. Check that out. Virgin Voyages Cruise.com. All this and more at Cruise Habit. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe after I take a dip to cool off, maybe you'll join me over on Facebook. Now I got to remember how to end this.